Most seniors are unknowingly starving their skin of the exact nutrients it needs to smooth out deep lines, wasting money on expensive chemical filled creams when the real cure is actually sitting right in their kitchen pantry. The shocking biological truth is that reversing wrinkles doesn't happen on the surface of your face. It happens at the cellular level using specific science backed food recipes that the vast majority of older adults have simply never been taught how to make. You look in the mirror, gently pull at the thinning skin on your cheek, and feel how it has lost that firm snap, quietly wondering if this is just the inevitable, frustrating price of getting older. But what if that rapid skin aging is actually a desperate cry for help from your cells? We have been conditioned by the beauty industry and even traditional medicine to believe that deep wrinkles are just a cosmetic issue, a superficial fading of youth. But the hidden culprit behind them is much more profound. It is the buildup of advanced glycation end products, perfectly abbreviated as AGEs, alongside a silent, rapid breakdown of your body's underlying collagen matrix. This cellular collapse happens when our aging bodies are starved for very specific, powerful micronutrient combinations that are required to repair tissue damage from the inside out. As a mentor who spends every single day diving into the hard science of longevity, I want to assure you with absolute certainty that it is never too late to turn back the clock. Today, we are going to walk through 6 easy to make, joint friendly food combinations that actively reverse the mechanisms of skin aging. By the end of our time together, you will have a practical, grocery store ready action plan to start rebuilding your skin's foundation, giving you not just a brighter complexion, but stronger, more resilient tissues throughout your entire body. Before we dive into our very first restorative recipe, if you are dedicated to taking control of your health and living your best, most vibrant life, consider subscribing. We share the kind of science backed senior health tips that doctors often overlook in standard, rushed 15-minute clinic visits. And I would absolutely love to know where you're watching from today. Drop your city or state in the comments below so we can see how far our healing community reaches. Let us begin our journey with a recipe I call the Collagen Catalyst Cup. Most people know by now that bone broth is good for them, but what they absolutely do not know is that drinking bone broth by itself is only doing half the job when it comes to ironing out your wrinkles. You see, when you consume collagen rich bone broth, your digestive system breaks that heavy protein down into individual amino acids. But to reassemble those floating amino acids into firm, wrinkle reducing collagen in your skin, your body absolutely requires a chemical catalyst, and that non negotiable catalyst is vitamin C. This is not just a holistic guess. A landmark, large scale study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition examined the dietary intakes of over 4,000 women and found that those with the highest continuous intake of vitamin C rich foods had an 11% lower likelihood of a wrinkled appearance and significantly less age related skin thinning. Imagine your skin's underlying structure as a beautiful brick wall. The amino acids from the broth are the bricks, but vitamin C is the mortar that binds them tightly together so the wall doesn't crumble under pressure. Now, I know standing at the stove for 12 hours boiling heavy bones isn't always kind on arthritic hands or aching backs. So please hear me. It is perfectly fine to use a high quality store bought low sodium bone broth. Simply heat a mug of it in the microwave or on the stove. Right before you drink it, squeeze in the juice of half a fresh lemon and stir in a handful of very finely minced fresh parsley. Let it steep for just 1 minute. The gentle heat releases the phytonutrients from the greens, providing a massive spike of vitamin C right alongside the collagen building blocks, giving your aging cells exactly what they need to rebuild your skin from the inside out. Moving gracefully into our second age-defying recipe, we must talk about a combination I like to call the deep hydration mash. As we journey into our golden years, our skin simply stops producing as much natural oil, and the delicate lipid barrier that holds moisture inside our skin becomes incredibly weak and porous. This recipe combines wild caught canned salmon with ripe avocado to rebuild that exact barrier. We are using wild caught salmon specifically because it contains a vibrant pink compound called astaxanthin, which is one of the most potent, naturally occurring antioxidants ever discovered by modern science. When you combine the heavy omega 3 fatty acids of the salmon with the healthy monounsaturated fats of the avocado, you create a biological delivery system that pushes this antioxidant straight into your deep skin cells. The science backing this mechanism is truly remarkable. A comprehensive study featured in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology demonstrated that regular dietary exposure to astaxanthin literally protects the skin against UV-induced wrinkle formation and actually prevents the rapid depletion of skin moisture that plagues older adults. Think of an old, dried out kitchen sponge that has gone stiff and brittle on the counter. No matter how much you pull on it, it just tears and flakes. But when you soak it in rich, healthy oils, it becomes plump, resilient, and bounces right back to its original shape. To make this, simply take a can of wild caught salmon, which is incredibly affordable and requires absolutely no painful cooking or heavy lifting. Drain it and mash it in a small bowl with half of a soft avocado, a pinch of black pepper, and a generous splash of olive oil. You can eat this right off a spoon or spread it on a piece of soft whole grain toast. It takes 3 minutes to make, spares your aching hands from heavy chopping, and floods your skin barrier with structural, lasting hydration. If you are finding these first two recipes useful and you are feeling a spark of inspiration to take back your health, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And I want to pause here for a very special request. As the curator of confessions and stories for our channel, I am not just reading a script. I am reading every single message you send. I want to hear your real unfiltered experiences. Have you struggled with sudden skin changes, or perhaps found a home remedy passed down through generations that brought life back to your complexion? Please share your stories in the comments below, or feel free to reach out and share them via email. Your personal journey, your struggles, and your triumphs might be the exact inspiration another viewer desperately needs to hear today to keep pushing forward. Next on our list is our third recipe, which targets a secret weapon in the fight against aging that modern dermatology is only just beginning to understand: your gut. We will call this the Radiance broth, and it consists of warm, fermented miso paste whisked gently with dried wakame seaweed. In recent years, scientists have fully mapped out the gut-skin axis, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that an inflamed, imbalanced, sluggish digestive system immediately shows up as dull, sagging, heavily wrinkled skin. Fermented foods like traditional miso provide live, bioactive probiotics that calm systemic inflammation throughout your entire body, while seaweed is packed with vital trace minerals like iodine and zinc that aging bodies desperately crave but rarely absorb. Traditional healing practices have long understood that warm, easily digestible broths support your body's vital energy, often referred to as your chi, nourishing your deep inner reserves in a way that directly and visibly reflects in the luminous quality of your skin. And Western science now firmly agrees. A fascinating clinical trial published in the journal Beneficial Microbes found that older adults who regularly consume specific strains of probiotics, like those found in fermented foods, saw a statistically significant improvement in their skin's elasticity and a measurable reduction in deep wrinkle depth after just 12 weeks. Imagine a beautiful ancient tree with wilting, dry leaves. You wouldn't just paint the leaves green to fix it, you would water the soil and nourish the deep root system. Your gut is that root system. To prepare this comforting drink, you simply bring a cup of water to a gentle simmer. Please ensure it is not a rolling boil, as boiling water will destroy the beneficial bacteria in the miso. Remove the water from the heat, stir in a spoonful of miso paste until it dissolves into a cloudy broth, and drop in a pinch of dried wakame seaweed, which will magically rehydrate and soften in seconds. It is a deeply comforting, savory, effortless cup of daily anti-aging medicine that soothes the stomach as much as it heals the skin. Our fourth recipe is going to make the sweet tooths in our community very happy, but I promise you, it is fiercely backed by clinical data. We are making Flavanol Elixir, which is a simple, strategic combination of very dark chocolate. We are talking 85% cacao or higher, and crushed walnuts. The hidden magic here is a family of compounds found in raw cocoa called flavanols. As we age, the tiny microscopic blood vessels that feed oxygen and vital nutrients to our skin begin to wither away and collapse, leaving the skin literally starved, pale, and prone to deep folding. Cocoa flavanols actively force those microscopic blood vessels to dilate, open up, and function properly again. Do not just take my word for it. Rigorous research from the Journal of Nutrition proved that women who consumed a high flavanol cocoa beverage daily experienced a profound, sustained increase in blood flow to their skin tissues, resulting in a remarkable 16% increase in skin density and enhanced internal hydration. Picture a dry, cracking, barren riverbed. Consuming high flavanol chocolate is quite literally like opening the dam and letting the nutrient rich water flow rushing back into those tiny tributaries, plumping up the parched earth. For this recipe, break off a few squares of 85% dark chocolate into a small bowl and melt it gently in the microwave. Once melted into a smooth liquid, stir in a handful of crushed walnuts. The walnuts are crucial because they add vital dietary copper, a trace mineral that your body absolutely requires to produce elastin, the protein that gives your skin its snap. Let the mixture cool into a little rustic bark and some wax paper, or simply eat it warm right out of the bowl with a spoon. It feels like a decadent, forbidden cheat, but it is actually a biological necessity for reviving aging, oxygen starved skin. Let us transition to our fifth skin saving recipe, which I like to call the Lycopene skillet. This involves slowly stewing crushed tomatoes in high quality extra virgin olive oil. Tomatoes are rich in a powerful phytonutrient called lycopene, which is the exact antioxidant that gives them their rich red color. But here is the tragic trick most people miss when trying to eat healthy. Lycopene is tightly bound within the tomato's tough microscopic cell walls. If you just eat a raw tomato on a salad, your aging digestive tract absorbs very little of the actual medicine. However, when you apply low heat to the tomato and combine it with a healthy fat like olive oil, the cell walls burst and the lycopene becomes highly bioavailable, meaning your body can finally absorb it and rush it to your skin. Once deposited in your skin tissue, lycopene acts like an invisible internal shield against the environmental damage that breaks down your hard earned collagen. A pivotal, highly respected study published in the British Journal of Dermatology revealed that individuals who consumed tomato paste rich in lycopene daily had a staggering 33% more protection against sunburn, DNA damage, and severe photoaging compared to a control group who ate none. Imagine wrapping your fragile, aging skin cells in a microscopic, impenetrable suit of armor that effortlessly deflects the harsh elements trying to weather you down day after day. To make this easily, simply take a can of crushed tomatoes, again, saving your hands from painful chopping, put them in a skillet on medium-low heat with a very generous glug of extra virgin olive oil, and let them gently simmer and bubble for about 15 to 20 minutes until the mixture thickens into a rich, dark red sauce. You can add a little garlic powder or dried herbs for flavor. Spoon this warm, comforting sauce over a piece of soft baked fish or a small bowl of whole grain pasta. It is incredibly soft, easy to chew for sensitive teeth, and acts as your daily delicious dose of internal sunscreen and deep wrinkle defense. Finally, we arrive at our sixth and perhaps most refreshing recipe, the preservation potion. This is a cooling, deeply hydrating mix of cold brewed green tea and pure unsweetened pomegranate juice. Green tea is globally famous for its EGCG catechins, but pomegranate contains a miracle compound called ellagic acid. Together, when combined in the same glass, they form a defensive biological team that physically stops the enzymes in your body from literally eating your own collagen. As we get older, chronic low-grade inflammation in our joints and tissues triggers the release of destructive enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, or MMPs. These rogue enzymes act like microscopic scissors, running wildly through your body and snipping your precious collagen strands to pieces, leading directly to sagging jowls and deep permanent wrinkles. A compelling, eye-opening study highlighted in the journal Experimental Dermatology showed that the dietary application of ellagic acid from pomegranates severely blunted the production of these MMP enzymes, effectively stopping the rapid breakdown of collagen in its tracks. Imagine having a beautiful, priceless antique tapestry hanging in your home, but moths keep flying in through the window to eat the delicate threads. This drink is the natural protective shield that keeps the moths away so the tapestry remains intact, strong, and vibrant for years to come. Making this potion is incredibly easy and requires absolutely no standing over a hot stove. Simply drop a couple of green tea bags into a pitcher of cold water and leave it in your fridge overnight. Cold brewing makes the tea significantly less bitter and perfectly preserves the delicate antioxidants that hot water usually destroys. When you are ready for a glass the next afternoon, pour the cold green tea and add just a splash, maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of pure tart pomegranate juice. It is incredibly refreshing, soothes a dry mouth, and vehemently protects the precious, fragile collagen you are working so hard to build with the other 5 recipes. To quickly bring all of this powerful information together, we must realize that repairing aging, deeply wrinkled skin is not about slapping on a topical chemical cream, crossing our fingers, and hoping for the best. It is about deliberately giving your body the specific biological tools it is begging for to rebuild itself. You are combining the amino acids of bone broth with the vitamin C of lemon to synthesize brand new tissue. You are using wild salmon and avocado to intensely hydrate and lock in moisture to restore your skin's protective barrier. You are balancing your deep gut microbiome with warm miso to extinguish systemic inflammation, boosting your vital microcirculation with dark chocolate and walnuts, shielding your fragile cells from environmental damage with stewed tomatoes, and finally, stopping those aggressive collagen destroying enzymes dead in their tracks with green tea and pomegranate. I want to remind you as we close our time together that your body is a brilliant, forgiving, miraculous machine. Even if you feel like your mobility isn't what it used to be, or your joints ache when you stand at the kitchen counter, these simple, accessible, low effort food combinations put the power of deep healing firmly back in your own hands. Aging is a profound privilege, a beautiful testament to a long life lived and wisdom earned, but suffering through preventable physical decline and feeling helpless as you watch yourself fade in the mirror is absolutely not a requirement. You have the ultimate control to nourish yourself, to rebuild your foundational strength, and to look in that mirror tomorrow morning and see a vibrant, nourished, deeply cared for version of yourself smiling back. I would love to know which of these 6 restorative recipes you are going to try first this week. Will it be the decadent chocolate walnut elixir, or maybe the deeply comforting warm Radiance broth? Let me know down in the comments. And if you found true value, hope, and actionable knowledge in this deep dive today, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, because your health, your independence, and your beautiful vitality are absolutely worth fighting for every single day. Thank you so much for trusting me and spending your precious time with us. Keep making those small positive changes, and we will see you in the next video.